Hi, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell number 9. It's our last show this school year before summer break. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes,
right?
it has.
It's been a lot more fun than I think we expected it to be. We have a great show tonight. We've got Brittany and Mary who are going to join us from Clark County, Georgia, and Loudoun County, Maryland, Virginia. Sorry, up next to Montgomery County, Maryland. I'd make the same trips together. Sorry. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about what they're succeeding with, and I am looking for
learn new tricks of the trade.
I am looking for our Facebook thing, and it says it's live. I hope it is. It went away, and I don't know where the box went, which is just kind of infuriating because I need to be able to turn that off at some point. So.
I don't know.
Well, it says it's live.
I believe them.
So there it is.
There you go.
All right, we are live. Well, I can't cancel it here, but at least I can watch along. So everybody on Facebook, welcome. We are still figuring out how to do this without losing our minds here. But we do have, we can see your posts on Facebook, I think. And so say something to us if you're on Facebook and you're watching. All right, so we got Mary and Brittany, and Mary's going to go first.
Yes.
So Mary, if you want to unhide your video and your mic. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Good. And you're from Loudoun County, Virginia, just outside of DC.
Right. Correct.
And not Rockville. What's that town that all the internet runs through it?
Ashburn.
Ashburn, Virginia.
I live in Ashburn.
There you go, home of May East, the largest connection of internet hubs in the world, I believe.
Yes, we have the data centers to prove it. Yes.
That's right. Very good. So
yes,
I know from a previous life all about Ashburn. I had to go there because there was a problem with Tribridge.
I also happen to know you are the largest body of knowledge.
Useless knowledge.
Useless knowledge.
She hid that word, but the largest collection of useless knowledge anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So listen, Mary, you're going to show us what you know. What do you do for a living?
I'm a speech pathologist in the Loudoun County Public Schools, and I'm a high school speech pathologist.
Excellent. So that's actually lots of our folks have bigger challenges in high school, so this should be very helpful. It seems like with the younger kids, we're easier to use, and we'd love to see kind of how you're using it. We're going to turn our screen off, and we're going to keep our mic on, and so we can comment and taunt you.
Okay.
And so, yeah, show us what you got, and we'll pepper you with questions.
I'll tell you a little bit about our schools. Our school is kind of, it's a center for a lot of special needs kids that come from all over the county to our school. So we have a lot of diverse programs. And with that, we have a lot of challenges with the kids, of course, communication-wise. And so the teachers ask a lot of specific resources of things that come up, and they come up daily. So, but one of the things that is a big concern for our students is having them feel safe at school, and then having them tolerate just some of the things that go on a typical school day. So fire drills are very problematic. Code blue drills result in a lot of behaviors, and so a lot of things I did help the teacher address those issues.
Excellent. Well, it's very timely as well, right? Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah. So this is my fire drill book, and you can see it, I hope.
I can. Yeah.
Okay. And I just, very simple. Some of the students can read and some of them cannot. So if they can read, it's great. They can work on their syntax, but it says it is loud.
Yeah, okay, a little higher.
Okay.
Yay, perfect.
Good. Okay. It is okay to cover your ears. They have our permission. We line up with our teacher and we stay calm. We are quiet. We reiterate that frequently throughout the fire drill. We sit on the bench outside because that is what our students do. We wait for the all clear so they know that there's going to be some waiting involved. The drill is over. We all line up and go inside. We are safely back in school and our drill is over. So this way they have an idea that if they go through these steps, they're going to return to their normal school day, which is what they want.
That's great. Do you have like a copy of that for each kid, or you have one for each?
No, actually, the teacher goes through this daily with them. So
Really?
what happened was when there was a drill, she says, we have the book. And by this time, they are so familiar with the steps in the book that we don't really have any behavior issues any longer on fire.
Right.
So it's been great. The
Excellent.
kids have this. They get a schedule of
Okay.
all the things that are in the book.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that. That's
And
great.
so that is at their desk. So they can either take their strip with them if they need to, and some students do. Otherwise, it can remain at their desk. But they know what's happening.
That's great. And do you have those for things other than fire drills, or is it mainly fire drill?
I have them I do them, but I don't have anything with me, but yes, we do it for Code Blue as well. So yes, we do a lot of like private, whatever we do in a book, often there's a schedule that goes along with it.
Excellent.
I'll show you some of those things. And this is Code Blue. And Code Blue was one of the things I think was the scariest. You know, the lights go out. They have to go to the corner of a room. People are kind of like pulling on the doorknob to make sure that the door is locked. And that was really a problem for one of our students especially.
Right. And
So
so
we
here in Florida, we call those lockdown drills. I assume it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Is this the active shooter drill?
Yes, it's the active shooter drill.
Okay.
And so this is Code Blue drill is coming. We practice to be safe. And we hear Code Blue, we stop, and then we have to listen.
And you recolored that handprint.
Yeah, I like that. The lights are turned off to keep us safe. So throughout the book, it's all about safety. Nothing is really scary. It's all about being safe. We walk to the mat. We are quiet. We sit on the corner of the mat. Everyone sits together so they know their friends are going to join them. We sit calmly. The announcement comes, the drill is over. And I have a piece of paper here. And we are done.
Very nice.
And so this has worked. And again, this teacher is a wonderful teacher, and she goes through this often. So these books, I took them from her classroom actually, but she has them handy.
You'll put them back, right?
And she wants them back, and she goes through these in the beginning of each day.
Excellent. And so that, just so people know, I mean, obviously the pictures you found on the site, but you also use the books and story symbol.
Right.
And you made half-page versions of the books and story symbol.
Yes.
Cut them out.
Template, yeah.
Our template. I'm sorry, the books and stories template.
Mm-hmm.
And you threw them in the tray and cranked through them. And now, are these shared in the sharing center?
You know, they aren't, but I could.
Well, if you will, I will make sure that a link gets added and it will be available. Whatever you, I'll link to your account.
Okay.
So that anything that you share, the folks will be able to find.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay.
Anyways, that's Code Blue.
Yep.
Very nice.
As I said in this school, sometimes we have students who have been in a hospitalization issue or something, and they're just coming back. They're re-entering the school, and that can be very problematic. So for one of my students, I wanted him to know that he could be a safe friend, and that, again, everything is about safety because they've been through some issues that maybe made school feel unsafe to them. So this is being a safe friend. This addresses behavior when he is doing something that is not safe to others. Maybe a little bit of behavior goes on, but also by the fact that if he follows the rules too, that he's going to have more friendships and that he'll be safe and the other kids are safe as well. So this is being a safe friend. Safe friends are happy friends. We touch friends gently while we are being safe. We smile at friends and we call them by name.
Perfect.
We keep our hands and feet to ourselves. We are being safe. So nothing is really punitive here. You're never saying really no. You're just telling them what they can do and why they can do it, and you put it in a positive vein. We work at the table together.
Is he sewing?
What?
He's sewing, isn't he?
The picture of the.
Yeah, he's sewing. I just have them working at the table, but actually they do all kinds of like work boxes. So this really looks like something that they would do in their classroom.
Well, and it's hysterical because You did that because of me.
Well, from a lot of people. Stick
So
your
whenever
tongue out.
whenever I'm working on something like that, my tongue sticks out like that.
All right.
You and Michael Jordan working hard.
Yeah.
We use nice words because that can be an issue sometimes. We have to take turns. Then I give them the verbiage. It's your turn. It's my turn. We can clap for our friends. They do a good job. We can be happy for them. This is a long story. We do not bite. That would hurt. It is not safe.
No.
We do not hit. That would hurt. It is not safe.
Right.
Fighting. We have sometimes. Fighting hurts others. It is not safe. But it's fun to have friends. Having friends makes school safe and fun. Having friends is fun for everyone.
Perfect.
Very
Yeah, these are great. And most of those symbols were readily available and probably indexed the way you'd want them, right?
Right. Yeah, they were fine. Yeah, they were good.
That's great.
So-
And a lot of folks who are working with older kids, whether that's middle school or high school, these work. I mean, occasionally the children look a little younger in some of the pictures, but
Right.
most of them kind of work.
They do work, and I look at the hair color of the students that I have, and I can change it if I need to.
Right.
I like how their body image is or whatever. So, but they work, and these are, you can't see this, but actually these are well worn. The teacher really, really uses this, and it's amazing. I think using the social stories, it allows them to develop wait time.
Right.
So escalating a behavior, and you're using that really soft voice when you're telling that story, and their behavior really diminishes. And then they have all that time while you're telling the story to either rethink of what they want, what they're doing, or just to calm down, just to de-escalate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, social stories work. I mean, you're developing wait time is a wonderful thing for them, and being able them to calm down is a bonus. So they really work well, and they work well just because, not just because you're giving them the message, but you're getting those two behaviors. You're getting that wait time, and you're getting that ability to calm down. So you're giving that to the student while you are addressing an issue.
Excellent. Yeah. So it sounds like that's one of your favorites is the social stories.
It is. I do have a lot of them. But I do, as we were talking about, this is like waiting. I have a student who does not wait. I'm not going to go through the whole book. But then I also did, for the staff, I used this. So the things that were in the book, I used the one page.
Mm-hmm.
This was really educational for the staff. Sometimes we don't give wait time. You know, we're very quick. We move fast, and sometimes the students are processing. And so we're asking them to make a choice, but we want them to make it too quickly, and then they get frustrated.
Yeah. No. Can you slide that up? We can't see the bottom one, but it looks perfect.
This is good?
There's I am waiting. Give me. Slide up.
Give me. So it could be give me time.
Yeah.
Then I will choose.
Right.
And then I will tell you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So this is the student knows what he's going to do, but also the staff knows what to expect from that student.
And that template is the I am is the I can, right?
Right. Yes.
When I am.
When I am.
When I am angry, I can. So that's the when I am template.
There's inspiration for it.
Right. The inspiration was when I am angry, I can whatever. Yeah. So that's great. So we want to see you again. So hey, there you are.
Yeah,
So,
so anyway, so I did use this one. This is one of my favorite things to do. And I've done this for different like behaviors or whatever that they need. And the teachers really like it, especially if there's a substitute teacher or a substitute staff member coming in and they have to work with the student. This is almost like a quick tutorial on how to address the student and what they need.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, so
I
that's,
really like that. And I love how you pair materials with your social story. I really love the one-page schedule that students get to keep, but it has all the pictures within the story and sequence.
Right. Yeah, so it works well, and I do love the program. I use it all the time. This is another one, this is the schedule. I probably shouldn't have schedule written here, but it is, I use my words first, I wait to answer, and then I get what I want instead of grabbing for something, just to develop wait time.
Gotcha. Hey, slide it up a little so we can see the bottom. Perfect.
Okay.
It must
There
look
you
different
go.
there. That's what it looks like here. There you
For
go.
an answer.
Good?
That's what I want.
There you
There you
go.
go. So it's it's similar to a first then, but it's 3 steps. I like introducing the wait. That might work on the first then later.
We have our first then we added a third picture.
Right. So the first,
order.
then after, we could make the middle one wait.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That should be.
I mean, waiting is important.
Yeah.
And we have another template, it's called I Will Ask For, and it say I will ask for, and then you
Then
can
you'll
get
either
it
get it or
not.
you don't. That's right.
And it would, sometimes the answer is no, and you got to understand that you might have a request, you might wait, you might do all the steps.
And still not get it.
I think I might have used something like that. Hold on. I've got all my stuff here. This is not it. I'll find it because I think I used that format. But I'll find it later. It's here.
All right.
So another student that had issues, I've used the emotions here,
Right.
simple emotion cards, but then and you can see these are really, so they place these next to the students or in really close range. So when he says, well, I'm feeling tired, or I'm feeling this, or I want to eat, then we also flip it over and then we have some other options for them instead of a behavior. Would you like to listen to music? Do you want to be read to? Do you need the nurse? So if they say they're sick.
Now, are your kids generally verbal?
Some are and some aren't.
Gotcha.
And sometimes they are verbal, but their language is really not functional yet. So when they're having a behavior, if there's a behavioral issue, then if language is new, then you're making them do the newest thing that's the hardest thing for them at a time of stress.
Right.
So I kind of like to, if you give them a visual, you're kind of helping that verbal along, and then they can verbalize, but you're also giving them, you don't want to frustrate them. It's all about just like taking the frustration away. So the teacher really likes this, and I use this one with a young man, particularly a young man, all the time. Often he says, he's tired, or he'll say that he's sad, and then I'll say, well, what would make you feel better? And then we present to the other board. So it could be,
perfect.
I feel sick, I want to eat, or whatever. But it really has worked for him.
Excellent. That's wonderful to hear.
I mean, they work. And so our schools, they really do love LessonPix. They love the fact that I have access to it so that I can be curious for them.
Absolutely. So is there anything, if you find anything that you really want to share, we'll come back around, but I'd like to make sure Brittany has a chance to share some of hers. So thank you so much. That says Mary Sitton from Loudoun County, Virginia. And if you'll stick around, we'll all join at the end in case there are any questions we can answer. If you can't, I understand. Okay?
So I'll take myself out of here.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Mary. All right, Brittany, you're up.
All right. Hey, y'all.
Hi. Wasn't that awesome?
Very much so. I learned so much, and using it with high school students, I think that's great. And I was very impressed. So great job, Mary.
I am too. All right. So you got the floor. We are gonna keep taunting you, but go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I am an elementary-based speech language pathologist. So I'm typically working with kids ages 4 through around 12. So I love my LessonPix for pretty much everything. And here's a couple of things I've been working on most recently. So I'll hold this up here. This is just a picture of a bee. Now, it was yellow and black on the original picture.
But that's not your screen. That's intentional. It's purple on purpose. Gotcha.
Exactly. So as you can see, this is some purple. You can see the purple boots and the little antenna here and a pink body. I had a student who we're working on Resonant Voice. She's very young. She's about 5 years old. So those are some really difficult concepts to remember to use your resonant voice when your speech teacher is not sitting right there next to you. So I created a visual, something that she would be able to look at and know that she needs to remember to use her buzzy voice, which is our word for a resonant voice. And she really has responded well to it. I made the teacher a copy as well in the classroom, just so she can use nonverbal cueing, just simply go over and touch the picture, or have a copy on the student's desk so she'll be able to remember to use that good resonant voice and reduce the vocal tension. So that's one thing I've used.
For those of us who are engineers, and while I know the IPA better than most engineers, resonant voice, is that turning on your is that like voice versus unvoiced? Give me 2 examples here.
So an example of resonant voice versus using what we would term as a scratchy voice would be being able to really resonate through the nasal cavity like I'm doing now when I'm speaking. But if you don't have a lot of air and you're speaking and it's really tight here, kind of like creaky voice, kind of like this, you can hear the difference. And for habitual misuse of your voice can lead to vocal nodules, and that can be a problem. So we're trying to reduce that tension. And it's very hard when children are so young, but visuals are a great way to reinforce what you want them to know.
Very good. See, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, and you have a very buzzy voice.
Okay.
It's a cute reminder.
I just remember when Allie kept having her teacher tell her up front, right? When she was singing, right? She was trying to get the voice up here. But that's what she meant. It is what she meant.
It is.
Right, that absolutely is. It's just making sure it resonates loud and it helps reduce the tension here. And a lot of kids, when they're on the playground or when they're young, they want to use that loud voice. They want to shout and scream. And I want for her to be able to do this, but I want her to be able to use a resonant shout so she doesn't continue to injure her vocal cord.
Right, not chest voice. Right. Gotcha. All right.
All right, so that's something that I've done recently. Now, another thing that's very popular in elementary schools is learning these sight words. And sight words are just patterns of spellings of words that students are just going to have to learn to memorize and recognize. They can't really be sounded out, so these can be very difficult. So I have made, I'm going to hold it up here so where you can see it. I have made customized lists of sight words that students need to work on. So I'll use a sight word list, maybe like fries first 100, and the words that they miss, I can quickly and easily type into the add to or add text symbol on LessonPix, and I can turn these into individual words. And I just picked a small grid because I'm going to work with them and we're going to say them to a beat and we're going to look at them. But if you want to make flashcards, super easy, and I can do this real time. So a student can come to me one day, if this is the list of words that they might have missed for that day, I'll be able to very quickly and easily type this up and just create the material. It'll take literally a minute or less, and we can pick it up on the printer on our way back to class. So they'll have something to go home and practice with mom and dad at home. So great tool. I'm really glad to be able to just simply type something in that we can turn into a picture box like this. Fantastic.
Brittany, I'm so glad you shared that because that's something we haven't really talked much about.
And would you mind if I showed them what we're talking about?
No, not at all. Please go right on ahead.
All right, I'm going to share my screen for a second. So what Brittany's using is here on the Your LessonPix page. I'm logged in as me. I didn't expect to be sharing my screen.
That's okay.
I'm logged in as me. But you see down here under Your Photos and Custom Symbols, we have the ability to upload your own pictures. We have the ability to submit them by email, use the symbol builder. But right here, you actually have the ability to add text symbols. And so you could type in Mary, Brittany, you have the A in there, Lori, Bill, and you can choose color, black and white, or stencil.
I saw that she did it.
She did it in black and white.
Black and white.
I think, yeah, black and white. So when I hit add words, it will actually go through and make symbols for all of those words right here. So they're sitting right here, and now I can throw them into my tray, make bingo games, playing cards, or anything else that you make with LessonPix. You can make with these. If you choose color, they come out looking like this one in red. Here's the word color in red. If you want to change that color, you can always click on it and use our normal, recoloring tool. Say, I don't want it red, I want it purple, and you're good. And save it, and you've now got a purple one you can throw in the tray. So that's the tool that you're talking about, and it made a big difference for you to be able to include those words beyond just the pictures, correct?
Absolutely. I really wanted to be able to have them work on these sight words just by looking at the word itself. And I tried using other offline tools. I won't mention any names. And I was just like, this is taking forever.
Voldemort. You can use their names. They're not Voldemort.
So yeah, I mean, I was just having a lot of trouble, and I was like, there's got to be an easier way. And I knew LessonPix would have a way for me. I actually noticed that you guys have a lot of sight words already built in.
Yeah,
I was
pre-made.
using those, and then I realized, wait a second, there's one I didn't have, and that's how I explored and learned how to use your text symbol creation tool.
Yeah, and they will look exactly the same. So if we have a set like the Dolch words, and you want to make them, this is how we made them. So when you make them this way, they're going to be the same size, the same color, and everything else.
Yeah.
And that horrible font you like. I'm just going to look to pick a fight. Sorry. They are in Comic Sans, so they have the correct A and the correct G.
Good for tracing.
Good for tracing, all that stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
But I love how you said you do them on the fly, and that's just really impressive on the fact that you can take the words that you said that they missed that day or that they're working on at that moment and send them home with something. Just walk by the printer and grab it.
Yep. All right, let's give her screen back and she can show us more stuff.
All right, so that tied in nicely. I was going to show another example of how I've been using the text symbol tool.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Adding adjectives. Nice.
Yeah, you can, what I do is I have these for students, and I have a root word, and I might make the root word, I might tape it to the desk, or tape several to the desk and have the students go around and take turns adding prefixes, which I've done down here in blue, or they can add a suffix to the word, which I've done up here in red. So it's a great way to create manipulatives for your students. And I do this with my younger ones all the way up through 5th grade. So, and it's still something new, and everybody loves hands-on learning. So we can really activate those learners that need something tangible to actually see it and feel it and do it, rather than just listen and learn.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Did you share those in the Sharing Center?
I have not, but I will be glad to, because
I would love it.
No sense in reinventing the wheel, and it's great to have. I've used a lot of tools from the Sharing Center, so I need to make sure to share my materials as well.
Thank you.
And now she can, because even though those are custom, they are not private, right? That's our new change we made we announced it on our first show and tell, that now you can make those public, even though they're modified.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's all great. So yes, please do. I will once again, I will add your link to the Sharing Center to your account, and they can look at anything else you shared, but the things you shared tonight will be in there, same as Mary's. Okay? All right.
Absolutely. All right. Well, here's another one. So some of you SLPs who work with younger students might recognize. This is the old lady who swallowed everything.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I've blown this one up, made a full-size page out of it, and what I'll do is print it out, obviously. I'll cut around her, I'll laminate her, and what I do is I actually put it onto a tissue box, and I cut out the mouth, and when I'm pairing this alongside of a book, I will have a set of picture objects already printed out, on little square papers, and allow students, as we read along through the book, to actually find the object that the old lady might have swallowed at that moment and actually feed it to her real time. And it's great to have a way to keep those kids engaged. Sometimes it's hard to listen to a whole book, and we want to really activate all those learning centers and just give them an opportunity to be interactive. So I loved having this, and there's also the great files that already have a lot of the objects that you find in the old lady who swallowed whatever books already available on LessonPix. So that's fabulous.
Yeah, they're pre-grouped. They're in the stories and songs section, right?
Absolutely. So it makes it really easy if you need a quick lesson and you've already got your little old lady ready to go on a tissue box. You can literally print them out and have it laminated, have it ready to go within 5 minutes. And I know for me, being a school-based SLP, planning time is always in short supply. So It's nice to be able to create cool materials that the kids will enjoy using, that are relevant, and that are easy to do.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right, and then finally I've got our more classic articulation pictures.
Right.
So with these, what I actually have done is you'll notice that there's SHs running through all of them.
Right.
And I used the Sound Finder tool because I specifically wanted pictures that included the sh sound in any position. So I easily went on there, I marked which sound I was looking for, and that I could find it anywhere in the word, and it quickly and easily came back with my results. I added them to my tray, and there you go. I've got a quick sheet where I can take it with me. I can carry it with me to a classroom. The kids love having the colored pictures, and it's just really engaging for them. So I love being able to customize and make quick artic sheets that I can carry with me. And also, too, if parents want a copy, very easily made. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, those are great. And actually, they're really hard to think of. I mean, when we do demos in our booth and stuff, that actually is one of the ones we use because it's so hard to think of words that have the sound you're looking for in something other than the initial. The initial position's easy. We can all come up with ship and shape and things. And then you say medial palatal fricative, medial sound, ocean.
Right.
Mushroom. Nobody thinks of these words, right? Because they don't have SH in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Vacation.
potion and lotion, right? And all these different ways to spell it. It does search by the actual sound. Sushi. And it's easy. So very cool. I'm glad you're using. That's exactly what it's there for. So it's great to see it used exactly the way it's intended.
And her point about printing them up and sending them home with parents very easily. They're also PDFs. You can email them to parents.
Yep. And you don't have to buy Weber decks, right? You don't have to buy
this deck of cards.
This particular deck and lose one and then you're screwed.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's all nice. Excellent.
Yeah, we have fun with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. And you're in Athens, correct? Athens, Georgia.
That's right. Yeah, go dogs.
We're
Sick
going
'em.
to be in your neck of the woods 2 weeks. We're going to be in Atlanta to see Hamilton. So,
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, we're all
I'm so
excited. I know. My daughter's super excited.
It's her graduation gift. And,
From last year, we finally got seats. So,
Well, congratulations.
yeah, we're all happy.
and we'll take one for the team and go see it.
Yeah, darn it. We're going to have to go see it with her. So, all right. So, this is our last show. So is there anything you haven't gotten to show that you'd like to?
No, I think
Briefly?
I'm
You're good?
We had a great show.
Yeah, we had a
tonight.
great
We
show,
talked
and it's-
about lots of tools as well as the ideas of pairing different materials, the social stories.
Yep.
Working with all ages from pre-K to high school.
Through high school.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are going to take a break for the summer, and there's no point in doing this next Monday because
Memorial Day.
none of you are going to be watching us.
And hopefully I'll be out in this. Hopefully it'll be sunny.
Yeah, it hasn't rained. It hasn't, like, we had no rain for months, and it hasn't stopped in the last week.
Yeah, no.
It's just
But
miserable.
hopefully it'll be
It's not.
sunnier and
It's
we'll
not
enjoy
Florida
it.
here right now, but
Beautiful Memorial Day, along with all our friends who
Yep.
are watching. So, that'd be
and
great.
we will be doing other videos. We won't be doing show and tell, but we'll be doing AT Maker videos, and we'll be doing minor achievement videos.
That's right.
And I'm sure we'll do LessonPix videos when new features come out, because we will be adding quite a number of them over the summer.
Summer's our time to crank out new pictures.
We
with
know that you
templates.
guys are not paying attention this summer, so we make big changes, like where the servers sit and things like that happen over the summer. So we'll make sure we have videos
Stable.
explaining those and as they change. If there is something you'd like us to cover, obviously go to the LessonPix, hit the help button, tell us, I don't understand something, and if it's something everybody's having trouble with, we'll make videos. We like making videos.
We do, or we'll fix it
And then we are going to start this again
in August, late August probably. What?
mid-August.
Mid-August?
Mid-August, because some people go back in like July.
Really?
Yes, we
Oh.
asked last week, and when Teresa was here,
Yeah.
she said July 27th, and that is the meanest thing I've ever heard. But we're going to start mid-August as you guys go back to school, and we'll do this once again weekly, as long as you guys want us to. So if you want us to continue, make sure you tell us. It does have some side benefits. It gives us great feedback from you guys.
It
It
makes
helps.
our product way better.
It does. And it also gives us an opportunity to talk to some of our power users who maybe not all the people in your group are power users, right? So it's good for you guys to model for them and share what you're doing. So we're going to try and organize that a little better and get this back out to your group. So go to Clark and Loudon and make sure they know that you're sharing. So we'll be doing that in the fall.
Excellent.
And yeah, so we're gonna keep doing this, but not over the summer. I don't think there's any point. You guys need a break. So so do we.
Yeah.
A little one. So anyways, so Brittany and Mary, if you guys could turn your camera back on, let's see if we have any questions.
Just a lot of great.
A lot of, hey, this is great. We love seeing this. We have one attendee. Blair's on Zoom. So yeah, we have lots of people on Facebook, but only one joined us on Zoom. So hi, Blair. If you have questions, I have the Q&A thing open there as well. But I think we are probably good. I think that everybody likes what you're doing. Oh, we have a reminder to put the link up. So both of you ladies, please share the things that you showed tonight and anything else you think is awesome. And I will make sure that those links are up there. And I think we're good.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all our people who've ever come on,
Yep.
because it's just been such a learning process. I
Yep.
love it.
And I want to thank the folks who sent the gifts. So we have you two ladies are going to get gift certificates, are going to get gifts from LessonPix. You're going to get t-shirts, and I think, Brittany, you wanted a cough drop license. Yes, so I got to thank Cough Drop and Augmentative Resources and Stacy Sensory Solutions. If you guys haven't checked out any of those three, please do. I'll add links to them on this as well as this thing gets uploaded. Those are great partners of ours, and all three of them deserve your business. They are all great companies. Cough Drop does AAC that people can actually afford.
Families can afford
families.
and get talking.
Yep. We've got Augmentative Resources does, you want to hand me, we always have her stuff nearby.
We always have. She
But-
has a million different
So this
resources.
is something that lets you, when you were talking about working along with the story, look, we happen to have your particular one.
There it is.
You can put the pictures in this Velcro on the top, and so then you can have the kids pull them off kind of stuff.
So Augmentative Resources is the Velcro.
Yeah, she's the Velcro queen, and she's our buddy. And then Stacy Sensory Solutions is the only sensory place I've found that's reasonable.
Well, it's quality.
It's high quality stuff. She
Very
does
creative.
weighted vests, and she does
Blankets and
all
swings
kinds of stuff. She has
and
this wonderful
fidgets.
thing that goes on my shoulder that I love. And I've got absolutely no reason to love this, but it makes me feel better when it's like
We
a hug.
all are a little sensory.
Yeah, we all might be a little sensory, but make sure you check out all three of those as you enjoy your summer. And I see just thank yous from Allison and other folks. So we are good, ladies. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great summer. And if you'd ever like to come back, let us know. We'll be happy to have you back.
Great.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me.
All right, bye,
Thanks,
Brittany.
Brittany. Thanks, Mary.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.